Hey everybody, welcome back. On the bench, no radio today, but I've got a Philips P5334, PM5334, pardon me, a TV sweep generator. So, yep, sweep generator, cool. Only runs on in the megahertz range, so good for TVs and FM radios. That's about as much as I know. Radio Museum lists this at about 1973 with some question marks, but it's all solid state, and you can check the schematic and all the stuff I found about this down below. Anyway, in pretty good condition, been looked after, heavy bugger too. So just cobwebs, and we've got some stuff around the back. I mean, there's too many knobs in there on the front. I don't know what they do yet. What do we got here? Okay, sawtooth frequency. Okay, what's a switch? Okay, and sawtooth frequency out. Okay, you want a sawtooth frequency? Cool. Well, let's see if we can get this thing going. Actually, pardon me. Apart from those, yeah, that's a bit tight. But yeah, everything seems to work. Yep. Cool. Alright, we'll get this thing out of the box and have a look inside of it. Gee, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I've got all those panels off. That's really all there was. And yeah, you can see a mess of wiring in there. And that's the top view. Not sure how much you can see in there. Try and get the light in there, but I don't know what you're seeing. There's a mess of stuff in there. Well, to be expected anyway. Now, I had a look. Where are we? And I'm thinking this panel slides off. From what I can see, that pivots, the whole board pivots on these 2 points, up top and bottom. Sorry, you can't see it. I think that's a pivot point, and I think that's a pivot point as well. And it's held in by these screws. One's missing. It's okay. So I'll get that out. I'll do it on the video. See if I'm right. Here we go. Come on. Watch me drop it. Oh, got it. Okay. Am I right? Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, let me turn this around the other way so the camera gets a good view of it. Okay, here we go. So we have a look together, and yeah, there's a shitload of stuff in there. But it's at least I can get to it. Oh man, I mean, taking the board out wouldn't be too hard. Oh, well, look, it's all plug-in stuff, plug-in wiring. Yeah, the only wire you need to cut would be that one there. That's all right. So what do we got? I've got tons of electrodes. Trying to read them, I don't know, 470 microfarad at 40 volts, 470 at 40. Don't know if you can see, yeah, okay, yeah. Again, 470. What else we got? 100 microfarad, and probably another 100. And I'm just guessing those two are the primary filter caps. Oh, now I can see our rectifier. Right down there. Our 4 little diodes. Cool. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just plug it in, and at least we can monitor some voltage the way it is now, and hey, it may work. And this hopefully just a simple recap job. Alright, so I'll just get myself organised. Okay, I'm ready for the initial power up, and I thought, well, you know, of course a multimeter, but got the what is it, frequency counter, and that's been connected to the RF output of the unit, and we can monitor the voltage on the caps. Or at least one cap anyway. And I've made sure that I've hit the power button on, so that's on. So really, all we've got to do is give it some power and see if this thing works. Now I'll just get myself around the, pardon me, around the camera. And turn the variac on and let's bring it up and see if we get anything. Yep. $14 volts. It's a low voltage system or circuit. So I'm at 150 volts and it's at 27 DC. Well, let's bring it up to so far so good. No short circuits that I can see. That's at 200 volts, and we're not getting anything on the current, on the frequency counter. Okay, so I don't know what do I play with here. Knobs everywhere. What's that one do? Nothing. Let's push another button. Oh, there we go. And what's that doing? That's sweeping, I guess. Maybe I'll hit the sweep button. Not sure. Let's change the band. Yeah. 1 megahertz. Let's bring it up. Okay, hey, it's working. And I'm just twirling some knobs. I don't know what they do. Don't know. But anyway, it's a goer. It's certainly a goer. Voltage is stable. So, pardon my arm. Let's just switch it off. Cool. Well, it works to a degree. How accurate it is, I don't know. But anyway, got to change all those caps in there. So I'm going to make a list of them and pop down to JCar and and buy a whole bag full of them. So yeah, I said originally they were 100 microfarad, but they're not. I missed the zero on it, so 1,000, a few 470s, a couple of 47 microfarads there, whatever. Again, 100 microfarads I know. So yeah, I'll go get them and we'll start recapping this thing. Well, I've just come back from JCar and there's my little bag full of capacitors. So hopefully I've I've got them all. I didn't miss out on anything. But what I'm going to do, start off with the two filter caps there, the main caps, the 1000 UFs, and then we'll just check the voltage. As I recall, these were holding voltage around about, I don't know, high 30 volts, 38, 39 volts. Anyway, we'll see what they give us when we get some new caps in there. I don't think it'll be too much higher. I mean, the maximum rating on this is only, on the caps is only 63 volts, and while the others are 16s and whatever, I've opted for all these caps at 63 volts. So might as well be consistent and safeguard ourselves on the voltage side. So I'll start changing them and we'll come back regularly and check out the progress. Okay, I've got the first two caps in. And yeah, okay. I did make sure that there's room in there for it, so it's not going to hit anything. So let's, where are we? Negatives there, positives there. Let's just check out some voltage. And I'll bring the camera back a bit, and there it is there. Good, multimeter. All right. Get some crap out of the way. And I've got to be able to see the multimeter as well. A lot of glare from where I'm standing. Okay, up we go. Bit of power. Well, so far so good. Let me see. I'm at 100 and 200 volts. So yeah, okay, 39, but it's the same as the old caps anyway. So, alright, that's just the way it is. And anyway, at least these are brand new caps. Definitely, hopefully, well, not leaking as much as the old ones. Anyway, I'll start working on the other ones, and I'll come back on occasions. Well guys, I'm on the home stretch, and as you can see, I've done a fair few capacitors there, and I've only got 3 left to do right there. Those 3 little, what are they? 47 microfarads. So yeah, things still working. I do a test every couple of capacitors and still pumping out frequency on the counter, so that's all good. Alright, I'll get those 3 done, and yeah, we can then probably wrap the video up. Let's play with the thing a little bit, and might be able to work it out. Okay, all back together, ready for some testing, and we'll have a look at the controls on it first. And I'll zoom in, and I don't pretend to know what they all are, so please bear with me. Anyway, I'm taking that to be the sweep width, so whether that's the internal, that knob there is coarse, and the top one there is fine, coarse there, fine there, not sure. Carrier amplitude, well, that's got to do, that's orange, so it's got to do with these 3 values here, 5.5, 10.7 and 38.9 megahertz. Again, alright, cool, that's some sort of adjustment for it as well. Again, the knobs all work well. I've got something down here. These 2 B and C's are Y. Okay, X, Y? I don't know. Where's the X? Don't know. So I don't know what they are. Let's carrier out. That'll be for that, I'm sure. And, pardon me. So there's just going through our frequency on whatever range we're on, coarse and fine tuning. Here's our band selector switch, goes through all the various frequencies. So what are we on there? 4 to 7 megahertz, cool. RF output control, so that's on full. And this little gadget here, it's DC voltage coming out of it. So we're negative and positive from 0 all the way up to 30 volts. Guess there must be a reason for that too. I wouldn't have a clue what it is. And our power switch, our sweep, our blanking, don't know what blanking does. Marker, on, modulate and RF. Alright, well, I'll just turn my variac on. Yep, so we're ready to go, and let's give it a test. Pardon me, bring it right back. Turn that counter on, and hit power, good. Green lights comes on. So, what if I hit sweep? Yeah? It's not sweeping much, but what if I adjust this? Yep. Don't know if that's fine tuning, 5757, 4567. Not sure, but it's, look, again, seems to work. And if I go up to a high frequency, 7 to 12, well, let's go 30 to 50. Well, looks okay. Looks okay. So that's now blanking. Maybe when it reaches its peak, it blanks it out and starts all over again. I'm not really sure. Turn the sweep off. Turn this marker on. And hit RF. Yeah, we've got an RF signal. Cool. Now this bit I think I understand. So I'm going to bring this down to 36. And that's 36.2 megahertz. That's pretty close. 34 on the scale. Yep, there. 34.1. It's alright. 32. That's pretty good. 32.07. And all the way down to 30. That's about it, yeah. Wow. Alright. Higher range, 40. Let's bring it to 50. Yep. Pretty good. I mean, I'll look to, if I ever have a use for this, I'd still be using the frequency counter as well, just to verify that I'm right on the correct frequency, whereas these old analog things, I mean, look, it's pretty accurate, but yeah. Nothing beats good old digital readout. Alright, let's try this carrier out. Right, you're gone. And, yep, 5.5 megahertz, 5.516, close enough. 10.7, that's pretty good. Next one's 38.9 megahertz. Okay, 2 megahertz out, not a big deal for me. Alright, so that seems to be okay. And, well, everything's working that I can tell. So, one more thing, just move that out of the way. Let's look at this DC voltage and see what we get out of it. So what's that say? Millivolt? Okay, I'll bring it up to 15. Yep, 15 volts. And 20, yep. And maximum of 30, I actually reads 32.5. So that's working as well. So look, with my limited knowledge of these of this gadget, I can say that it all appears to be working reasonably well. I can't calibrate it. The documentation I have, which is available down below, of course, it's incomplete, and it's got a small paragraph in section 2 about calibration. But it says refer to section 3 point something for the actual, I think the actual nuts and bolts of what to adjust inside the unit. That's missing. So I know that the thing's got a heap of variable resistors in there that can be adjusted. I wouldn't know which one to touch, so I'm not going to touch them. So it's working. I'm going to let it work the way it is, and I think it will be okay, really, for what I'm going to use it for, or may use it for. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, guys, that's it. Nice bit of test equipment to have. Thank you for watching, and I do appreciate it, and I will be back very, very soon. So take care, everybody. Be safe. Have fun. Bye.